Alright, so now I'm just going to take the harness and lay it in place. Basic. These are the injectors for the odd. So again, they go down the driver's side. There's the even ones going down the passenger side. Fuse box is going to end up mounted down here. Just going to get that roughly there. Here's the main connectors for the computer, which I'd like to mount right here on the inner frame. So we'll just have those in place. Now this is the crank sensor here. Goes up behind the starter. Knock sensor, even knock sensor. These are all injectors. And at the end of this one, you got the mass air pressure sensor, which before the intake was reversed would have been in the front. So this is one of those you need to open up the harness, pull the wiring so it will end up back here, right there. I'm just going to plug in the coil pack connector. That's the even. I'm not going to put the injectors in yet because I'm pulling back the harness. But this way, it'll just want to stay in place. And there's going to be grounds, which you have to make sure you ground it to the engine. On the SLC, it's a solid mount from the engine mount to the frame. So there's no straps needed to go from the engine to the frame for ground, because it's grounded solid. And if you have any questions about that ever, whether something is grounded properly or not, or it's making ground, a good digital multimeter will help. And you just measure ohms between the frame and the engine, and it'll tell you. It's got a reading of 0.4. So that's grounded. And if I touch the plastic up here, it's getting nothing. That's not grounded. Fuel rail's not grounded. It's not. Even the valve covers aren't grounded because of the gasket. But if you go to the cylinder heads, they're grounded. So anytime you want to check to make sure everything's good, you can check the resistance and find out that yes, the ground is effective. I'm also going to plug in, and there's 2 more grounds over here, and there's 3 grounds total on the system. I'm going to plug in the odd coil pack harness so it's held in place. And at the end of this, we have the cam sensor, the mass airflow meter, which is going to end up on this car over here. Just going to route that way. We've got the generator and the coolant temperature. The coolant temperature is right there on the head. I'm going to go ahead and plug that one in. Just so things are held in place. I don't have the generator on yet because it hasn't gotten here yet. Right now I'm looking for, this is the drive-by-wire harness right here. This goes to the pedal, obviously not going to reach it. So there's two ways to do this. You can buy an extension harness, which will just plug into this and have the same end on that side, which will plug into the pedal up front. You can cut this and splice in equal length wires, same gauge on all 6, and lengthen it to the length you want. I buy these ends here and crimp them myself and make them. I get them from Mauser. I think they're located in Texas, and put the male one in here and then have a female one that'll go up to the pedal. But leave that for later. There's two loose wires here, which are going to end up down over. This one's the ignition switch, which you're going to supply ignition on power to there, which ISIS supplies you with. And this is a malfunction light if you want one. It'll send a signal if the computer throws a code. So when you're opening up the harness, it's best to find the end of the tape if you can. And unwrap it so you're not taking the chance of cutting any wires, but if you do end up cutting away the tape or the loom, just do it so that you're only cutting into through the tape. And if you go too far, just really check the wires carefully. Wiring can really be a big gremlin if you got a problem. They didn't spare the tape. I'll keep all the labels on this until the car's up and running. So this is going to take a while to back this up, so I'm going to pause and come back to it when I have it out of there.